Hi, Robert Stritzinger here. I want to tell you a little bit about my story about where I've been, and also my story about where I am going in my life. I was a single dad for 10 years, and up until a couple years ago, I was raising my two sons, and during that time, of course, as a parent, I wanted to give my kids everything I could. I gave them all my time, all my energy, all my money. I even spent all the money I had saved in my retirement account. At the end of that time, I ended up being very heavily in debt and realizing that I was going to have to work for the rest of my life unless I made some changes. Now, I don't regret that time at all. That was a great time of my life. It was tough, but it was a wonderful, wonderful time of my life that I would never give up for anything in the world. And I even put my oldest son through college, so it was a rewarding time, and it was great. But like I said, I needed to figure something else out at the end of that time, and I didn't really figure anything out. I knew I needed to make some changes, but I was still working the same job, and that job only kind of got worse. I was a chef. I'm a certified executive chef, and I was working a job where I was working 70+ hours a week. And even though the chef's jobs look like they're kind of glamorous on TV, they're not. They are grueling jobs. You're on your feet for 10, 12, 14, 16, even more hours a day sometimes, and you're under really high stress situations. So it's something I really like. It's something I enjoy. I enjoy the challenge. But the problem was that I was working from dark o'clock in the morning until dark 30 at night, and I was basically living to work rather than working to live. And what happened was I actually had kind of a breakdown. I actually worked myself into exhaustion and had to take time off. And during that time, I had known for a year or two that I needed to make a change, but I don't know why I didn't. I mean, you've probably been in the same situation where you've known you need to make a change in your life, and you just haven't done it. You haven't. I asked myself what I should do, and I just never made the decision to do anything. I just kept asking myself, well, what should I do? What should I do? But I never made the decision. And during that time, while I was convalescing kind of and trying to recover myself, because I was in such terrible shape that I just, had this exhaustion type breakdown, I decided to make a change in my life. I decided that I wanted to move back to Michigan. I was in California. I decided I wanted to move back to Michigan and live near my parents. My parents are getting older. My dad's 83 now, or maybe he's going to be, I think he's going to be 84 now, and all my brothers and sisters, everyone's in Michigan. So I decided I was going to move back to Michigan, and just from that decision alone, all kinds of wonderful things happened to me. And now I am living life on my own terms. I am living on Lake Michigan. You can see in the background there, that is Cove on Lake Michigan right here by my house. And I just live on this little cove off of Lake Michigan. I get to run on the beach every day. I get to be around my parents and hang out with my parents all the time. And it just came from that one decision. And what I want to say to you is, if you are in a situation where you need to make a decision and change your life, just go ahead and do it. Just make the decision and do it, because all kinds of good things can happen once you make a decision. And I guess that's really all I want to say. That's a little bit about my story, and if you click below the video here, then you're going to learn a little bit more about my lifestyle and my business.